Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Rotoballer Radio Waiver Wire Series. I'm your host, Anthony Aniano, here with you as we take an early look at the Week 2 waiver wire for the tight end position. Full disclosure, recording this Sunday before the Sunday and Monday night games, so we're really looking at the action between Thursday and Sunday afternoon. Roster percentages are courtesy of Yahoo.com, keeping it at or below 50%. And O.J. Howard just misses my top 5 of tight ends of the week. I know he had 2 touchdowns. The problem, O.J. Howard, only 2 targets. This early in the season, for me, looking at receivers, looking at tight ends, targets is the number one thing I look for on the waiver wire at this point in the year. Now, that being said, my number 5 tight end is Taysom Hill of the New Orleans Saints. Some websites have him just listed as a tight end. Yahoo actually has him dual position, quarterback and tight end. Now, at the tight end position, okay, he was only targeted once, caught it for 2 yards, but he still resumed that Taysom Hill gimmickry, if that's even a word, gimmicky style of play. 4 rushes, 81 yards, and a rushing touchdown as they used him in that format at the quarterback position. So 15.3 fantasy points, and he goes against Tampa next week. If Taysom Hill is going to be continued to be used running the ball out of the quarterback position, then Taysom Hill has value because you could play him at tight end and use him and get quarterback points from him. At number 4, New York Jet tight end Tyler Conklin. Scored a touchdown late, meaningless for the Jets, but meaningful for your fantasy team. But what I liked about Tyler Conklin was 7 targets from Joe Flacco. C.J. Uzomah was not involved. Conklin was the clear tight end 1 for the Jets. He's only 2% rostered. Okay, went 4 catches, only 14 yards and a touchdown. Okay, 11.4 fantasy points in a PPR format. On the road against Cleveland are the Jets next week, but 7 targets stood out to me for Conklin. At number 3, Logan Thomas of the Washington Commanders. I love Logan Thomas. I have him in leagues already. The question was, how much does he play coming off the ACL? 6% rostered, and he was involved. Carson Wentz throwing the ball all over the field on Sunday, and Logan Thomas was the recipient of 6 targets. 3 receptions, 45 yards, 7.5 fantasy points. Goes up against Detroit next week, where Dallas Goedert just finished with 60 receiving yards. Logan Thomas is going to get healthier as the year goes on and continue to get more and more looks and meaningful looks from Carson Wentz, who's had a history with tight ends like Dallas Goedert, like Zach Ertz. So Logan Thomas should be fine with Carson Wentz throughout the season. At number 2, Hayden Hurst of the Cincinnati Bengals, another target monster for Cincinnati. 10% rostered. He was targeted 8 times as the new Bengals tight end for Joe Burrow. 5 catches, 46 yards, 9.6 fantasy points on the road against Dallas. He's only 10% rostered. And my number 1 tight end ad of the week for week 2 is Green Bay Packer tight end Robert Tonyan. Targeted 5 times, only 3 catches for 36 yards. That Green Bay offense looked terrible against the Minnesota Vikings. But I'll say what I continue to say. With Devontae Adams out, Robert Tonyan could easily emerge as Aaron Rodgers' favorite red zone target. It was just 2 years ago he had 11 touchdowns. Okay, Robert Tonyan next week, week 2, against the Bears. Okay, finished this week with 6.6 PPR fantasy points. He's only 24% rostered. So, week 2 waiver wire at the tight end position. Number 5, Taysom Hill, the jack of all trades, quarterback / tight end. At number 4, New York Jets tight end Tyler Conklin. At number 3, Washington Commanders tight end Logan Thomas. At number 2, from Cincinnati, Hayden Hurst. And number 1, returning from the ACL injury, Green Bay Packers tight end Robert Tonyan. Don't forget, if you're looking for more waiver wire content, stay right here on the Rotoballer YouTube channel. All sorts of great content. Waiver wire, start sits, sleepers, and value plays all week long, courtesy of the crew over at rotoballer.com. Head over to rotoballer.com, sign up for the premium pass right now. Promo code ACES, save yourself 10% at checkout, and see more waiver wire content and everything else you want right there at rotoballer.com, including our new Team Sync platform. All right, everybody, give me a follow on Twitter at Aniano Fantasy. Good luck working that waiver wire, and we'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one.